Casa Bonita is saved, and yes, it is a real place. No, really, it's an actual, real, legit restaurant that if you grew up in Colorado in the 80s, you know about, or saw on South Park. Who am I? I'm Mecha. I am a YouTube consumer advocate and Colorado native. Can you say native? I was here from, like, baby up. Most of my life, I've been in Colorado. More than a lot of people, and I left for... Anyway, long story. One thing Colorado natives or longtime residents often do is subject tourists and newcomers to our fine traditions, such as places like Casa Bonita, even though they might have only seen it on South Park. Who are you? Why are you here?
Hi, I'm Rob Robot Shlomo, and I was a non-believer for a while.
He did not know that Casa Bonita was a real legit place.
Mind blown. I'm like, fantasy, when art imitates life, and when art becomes life, or life becomes art, that's... I mean, I thought you were kidding around. Honestly.
No, it's a real place.
Like this, I was like, this place can't... I'm watching South Park. This place can't be real. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. This is legit, right? You're not pulling my leg. This is not like an old Kmart or something, you know?
No, because it's in such a weird part of Denver. It's like on Colfax, which is kind of like a kind of an iffy little area, kind of in the downtown area. First off, it's a restaurant. It's a Mexican-themed restaurant where they have waterfalls and guys diving off the cliff inside the restaurant. They have a mariachi band. They have an arcade. They have a pirate cave. It's a real touristy, huge, ginormous sort of place. So that's Casa Bonita. Well, we didn't go in yet. Well, we kind of went in.
I can't believe it's a real place. I am astounded. I'm shocked and stupefied.
But it's cool though.
I'm not saying it's not cool. It's just
it's totally a real place. They even have the booth Eric Cartman sat in.
I honestly thought that they made it up.
No. And they grew up here like I did in the 80s, and they knew it was a cool thing to come to when you're a kid, because it's like a kid place, you know?
Yeah.
It's got like puppet shows.
It's like Chuck E. Cheese, except with the Mexican theme.
But it's you know, it's got a bar too, so it's a little better. It's kind of like what Showbiz Pizza used to be.
I don't believe it. My worldview is completely turned upside down.
It's a place I imagine if you're a kid, you know, you would love to go every week, but you know, when you're an adult, maybe once. Twice, like maybe 3 or 4 times a year.
It's really more of a, you go there when you're a little kid. It was like Casa Bonita or Showbiz Pizza. That was the other really, really good one, was Showbiz Pizza. And you go there for like special rewards, special treats, because it's kind of an expensive thing. It's kind of an extravagant thing. And as an adult, you kind of go there and it's not all that great. And it's, you know, you usually...
You go from 4th grade to 5th grade, you know?
Well, when you're a kid, I mean, it's really cool because they have the pirate cave or the Black Bart's thing where you crawl around inside of a skull thing. It's kind of like the Goonies, right? It's sort of a playground sort of area. And the problem was always the food was never that great. You couldn't, like, substitute anything. It was very cafeteria dining. But the good part of that was you would have a little flag you would raise, and they would bring you more sopapillas and food if you wanted more. And we got some good news. Other local fans of Casa Bonita are going to chip in. Who other than... Trey Parker and Matt Stone of South Park. Oh, of course. It's perfect.
It makes perfect sense. It really does.
They want to buy it. Hopefully they'll be allowed to.
Well, another company owns it. They're Well, let's go through this.
Yeah, you want to read through the article?
South Park creators aim to buy Casa Bonita restaurant featured on the show. Exclusive. Not anymore, it ain't. Landmark Eatery filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in April. Trey Parker and Matt Stone are attempting to become the new owners of Casa Bonita, the beloved Colorado restaurant featured on their show South Park. We want to buy Casa Bonita and treat it right. I feel like it was neglected even before the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
Parker revealed Wednesday to the Hollywood Reporter that might be like a case of it kind of falls out of fashion.
Well, it was kind of a show in the 80s, but it was just so cool when you were a kid because they bring you all this extra food and it has the arcade and the pirate stuff. I mean, that was really the whole appeal of it.
Yeah, well...
And the band, and of course the band, you have the mariachi band. It's just such a cool atmosphere on the inside. But they're absolutely right. It was kind of being neglected. It was kind of known as the food's not that great. You come and you see it all over the place on like the travel-y, foodie channels and stuff, or the food and travel sort of things. They always say, "Oh, it's got such great food." It never had great food, and I'm gonna say that for as a longtime local and coming back here after being gone for a while. The food was bad 20 years ago, and it was bad 5 years ago.
Well,
it's
probably
like super expensive for what you get. I mean, you're going for the atmosphere. So if they're going to treat it right, and they're going to really... Well, continue the article if you want.
Okay. Okay. The company that currently owns Casa Bonita, Summit Family Restaurants, filed for Chapter 11 protection in Arizona on April 6th. What else do they own, Summit Family Restaurants? For the moment... A possible sale is in limbo due to ongoing court proceedings, Parker said. Nonetheless, the South Park co-creators are trying to make a deal work. We are absolutely trying to buy it, Parker said. We are going to do everything we can. We want to make it right and make it amazing. Located at 6715 West Colfax Avenue in Lakewood, the enormous Mexican restaurant features an arcade, cave, and waterfall with cliff divers, among other attractions, and opened in 1974. Should the sale occur, Parker says the duo, along with additional unidentified Colorado-based restaurateurs, have big plans for the destination. We started talking about the changes.
Park.
It's
a perfect fit. Oh my god, it's such a perfect fit.
Yeah. Well, the big problem is that I think Viacom owns the show. I think they own the show. That's a common thing. You come up with something and they say, hey, well, we want a 51% stake in it or whatever. But I'm pretty sure they'll be able to license the characters.
Yeah, they'll have to license their own characters back. Well, the last time I was there, it was probably a few years back, maybe 5 years ago, and they did have a Eric Cartman plushie up in the waterfall, and they do take you over and show you, okay, now here's the seat where Cartman was sitting when he was eating all of his tacos and burritos when he kind of stole his trip to Casa Bonita.
Yeah, Matt and Trey and their association with South Park and Comedy Central is that they pretty much get whatever. Mm-hmm. So
they made a lot of people a lot of money, and they've got the respect. And it's like Seth MacFarlane. Well, do they have the respect?
Well, just the merchandising alone. I mean, they pretty much are on that level of like a Matt Groening or a Seth MacFarlane. Mm-hmm. In that they actually held the show up. When that whole Tom Cruise thing went down. Remember that?
Yeah.
They said, listen, you put this episode back in the lineup or we walk. And they got their way.
Yeah.
And they're the only thing that Comedy Central has left. Really.
Yeah. South Park, it's really all we have left.
South Park, what are we going to do, huh? So anyway, they go on. We started talking about the changes we're going to make, mostly with the food. And
yes!
Okay, there you go.
There you go. They know it too. See, they know it too. Their food sucks.
We're going to make really awesome food. I was already thinking about how we're going to make Black Bart's Cave a little bigger.
That's cool. Okay, that's cool.
A beloved childhood location for Parker and Stone, Casa Bonita has received several mentions in South Park and was even the focus of a classic 2003 episode. Casa Bonita was also featured in the 2017 video game South Park: The Fractured Butthole as part of
that too.
of the downloadable content.
I have not played the Casa Bonita DLC. I need to.
I've never played it, so
you'd enjoy it. They're great.
Well, naturally, if Parker and Stone are successful in their efforts, Casa Bonita will feature a good deal of South Park IP. It's just sitting there. It sucks, Parker said. For a moment, when it was like, Casa Bonita is going to close down, we said, we're going to buy it. And I felt like it was the crowning achievement of my life. According to one local report, Casa Bonita may be on the cusp of reopening after some repairs are completed and a health inspection passed. The restaurant has been closed since 2020 due to the pandemic. Summit family restaurants could not be reached for comment. Well, obviously, if there's some kind of negotiation going on, they're not going to comment.
Yeah, I hope they don't milk them for. I mean, they brought them a lot of business. Like, there's a lot more people who like that. That's a place that probably would have gone under because the food's been pretty terrible. Had they not brought it, it's like like Showbiz Pizza. It's like all of our little childhood places. Like,
yeah,
you have a fonder memory of it than it actually is. But Casa Bonita.
Yeah. Hey, listen, if they could pull it off, great. In this day and age, we need people to come. We need some people. Listen, so, the market flank, yada, yada, yada. No, but sometimes you need to preserve these kind of things because they're history.
They're so...
They're your history. They're intrinsic to the area. They make places unique. I mean, what, are you going to open another Chipotle or whatever it is? Another Panera Bread? Or you think they went bankrupt?
I mean, if you got bad fast food, you might as well go to Casa Bonita. That was one of the problems, is they were kind of overpriced for what they were.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you say? When you come back out, you want to go to Casa Bonita?
Sounds like
I mean, I will warn you, their food's not that great, but it's one of those things you kind of got to see it. You kind of just got to see it once in your life because it's just so interesting.
Yeah, maybe, like I said, the other places, the other Mexican place, better.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible.
It's okay. They're a chain. Yeah, shout out to Santiago's if you're in Colorado. There are a chain everywhere. You can totally say that. There's a whole bunch.
I wasn't sure how much you wanted.
Well, you can get their frozen stuff all over the state in the grocery store. And there's like 27 locations, I think. They're so much better. Trey and Matt, if you happen to watch this video, Santiago's is the better chain. Just get their food. And it's cheap. It's not like cheap junk food. It's like inexpensive, freaking good food. So
hire the guy that designed their menu. Or just go in and steal it, I guess.
Steal the recipes. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have you been to Casa Bonita? Did you know it was a real thing? Would you go there if Trey and Matt buy it? I will anyway, probably, because I'm not as far away as I would like to let you guys think. I don't know what I'm talking about. Where can they find you?
I'm like Visa. I'm everywhere you want to be. In a few places you don't.
And he's got a channel. Subscribe to it. Subscribe here. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!